Welcome to Escape This Podcast, a show that's a mix between tabletop role-playing and escape room puzzles. This is the third episode of Season 12. I'm very excited. Danny, how have you been enjoying the season so far? I've never asked you this before. It's been 6 years.
What is
I've never
happening?
Asked you. Maybe I just wanted to check in.
Good?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I haven't said in my review yet. What?
Yeah, I think she likes it.
Oh my god.
Every episode, we have guests come on and they play through an escape room that exists only in our minds and your minds and the collective unconscious of all of the nerds who love this show. This episode, we have a pair of guests. They are actors and performers. They have great careers separately, but you may also know them together in the Suicide Squad. We have David Dastmalchian.
Yes, hi. We're welcome to the garden of my mind.
And Steve Agee. Welcome.
Welcome to the cemetery of my mind.
Oh, no.
I'm devastated that you weren't here for the last episode. It was set in a cemetery.
It was set in the cemetery of all of our minds. We've got to redo the casting.
Favorite.
We can just take everyone, all the guests' audio episodes, swap them, and
I'm
it'll
sure
make
it'll
sense.
probably work out. We can just swap them into the other episodes. The puzzles are always exactly the same, right?
Hey, Bill, thank you for
yes.
pronouncing my name so eloquently. I just want to point that out. I think you're a real professional, and I'm glad to be here.
Likewise. Yeah,
Well,
same
you
here.
know, you got to do your research. Do you know the way I had to do it in my head when I first was like, oh, am I going to get this pronunciation right? I went, oh, it's like a German man talking about something it's Dastmalchian. It's Das Little Malchen.
That's very good. It's interesting because people have often said to me, "Is it German?" And I say, "No, it's not."
And that's the end. That's it. They go,
That's the end of the conversation. Then I get
I
out
don't
of the
wanna talk to
elevator
you.
and I try and get away as quickly as possible.
So when we have guests on the show, we always ask the same two questions to let people know them.
So that we can prejudge them.
Exactly. First question is always the same. This is an escape room podcast. So what is your escape room experience? David, did you want to start?
My escape room experience is mostly actually in the virtual space. I've played a lot of escape rooms in boxes, escape rooms on the internet, escape rooms in card sets. I've only done a handful of in-person escape rooms, but I do rather enjoy them. The last time I did an in-person escape room was pre-pandemic, and I was actually with our dear friend here, Mr. Steve Agee. We were in Hollywood at a haunted hotel escape room, and it was really cool.
I've never done this Steve here. I've never done virtual escape rooms. In fact, I've only done 3 actual in-person escape rooms, and the last one was the aforementioned escape room with Dave.
Do you make a good team?
Oh, yeah, actually, that's a good question.
We lost.
Oh, no!
Did we? No, we did not. We got out.
Did we get out of it was like an insane asylum in the end.
We did. I no help to me. You guys are all really good at it. I'm just like...
It sounds like you got out, but at what cost?
Yeah, I just walk around looking at the scenery like, wow, this is cool.
You would be surprised at how much that helps, even in this room that we're about to do.
Oh, good.
Our mutual friend Ariel does, she designs escape rooms, and so I've done some of the ones that she's created, and those are always really fun. But
Absolutely.
Let's see how we do today. I think Steve and I are like Shaggy and Scooby, you know?
So the other element of this show is it's escape rooms, but we're done in a sort of tabletop role-playing style. What is your tabletop role-playing experience? Why don't we go reverse order? Steve, do you have any tabletop role-playing experience?
I used to be a part of a Dungeons and Dragons podcast called Nerd Poker with Brian Posehn.
Yeah.
Brian, who played my boyfriend, then husband on the Sarah Silverman program. He still has the podcast. I have since fallen by the wayside, but I have played a bit of D&D.
Oh, wonderful. And Steve?
What?
Oh, sorry, that's your name. I already asked that.
Hey, you got my last name perfect,
Yeah,
Bill,
but the
and
first
then you
name's
just
so
completely effed my first name. So you know what?
That is gone.
I have to say, I've been playing tabletop my whole life. I love D&D. I play a myriad of games, and Steve usually is involved in some of them at one point or another. In my living room, we play everything from Horrified to Deception to Betrayal. I'm really into a new game called The Hunger. I love Horrified, and I love this game called Australia right now. So we play a lot of games. Very fun. A lot of good times.
Fantastic.
I'm very excited. Although, again, you'll have the hunger and then you're talking about graveyards. We should have had you last episode for our zombie room, and it just hasn't worked out.
This stings.
It even, look at those fingernails. He even looks like a zombie. No one at home can see this, but it's perfect.
I am a vampire.
You get a talented actor on, and you're wasted in the audio medium.
Yeah. This whole escape room is like escape from the McDonald's.
Yeah, right, exactly.
We have to eat our way out.
All right, well, I think with that done, I think we can get straight into it.
I think we're good to go. Now, are you two ready to fuse into one character?
Oh, yes, you will be a single person.
I love that.
Yeah.
Left side, right side.
If you notice on Dave's window, his video window, he wrote David Agee. So I think he's already
We're already
started the
set.
merger.
My wife Eve does refer to Steve as her sister wife because it's like Steve and I are more married than my wife and I are.
Perfect. All right, well, Dave Agee is in the room.
Let's get into
Let's
this.
get going.
Your heart thuds in your chest. This is your first undercover job, and you've been thrown in the deep end. You're aiming to bring down the Pewter Gang, the notorious smuggling group. The investigation has been dragging on for years. Your department has finally identified all 3 members. You've tracked their movements. The circumstantial evidence is all there. But the commissioner won't prosecute unless, in his words, you can get 'em red-handed with the goods. The goods right now are several ancient Greek medals that went mysteriously missing when being transferred to the local history museum last month. Driver error, the security company said. The museum was in hysterics. You're hoping to get proof of the Pewter Gang possessing these medals before they fence them or melt them down or whatever their horrible plans are. Luckily, your team is clever enough to have deduced where the gang conducts its shady business arrangements. The VIP room of Hanging Gardens Casino.
Ooh.
The goal for tonight is to infiltrate their poker game and win all their money so that they start making bets with their precious belongings instead. Ideally, giving your team a first-hand look at some of the stolen goods in their possession. As the member of your department with the most inscrutable when you want to be facial expressions, you were chosen to be the infiltrating poker player. You bide your time until the evening of a big boxing match, so all the regular casino patrons will be off in the back room where the huge TV screens are, safely out of the way in case this gets dangerous.
Yes.
So dressed to impress, you enter through the great sliding front doors of the casino. And here's where I'm going to be describing the room, so if you want to write them out, draw them out, I always like it when people draw.
I got it. I got my pen handy. Steve,
All right.
trust me.
Yeah.
I'm like a Picasso with this stuff.
Good. I am not.
We're going to make an airtight case.
Even though I have an art degree, I cannot draw.
Yeah, you're a trained painter. What the heck?
This is not a paintbrush, it's a pen.
I will give you time to go and grab a paintbrush and canvas if you like.
No, we'll be here for a week.
All right, so the sliding doors into the
Yep.
casino.
To your immediate left is an ATM, and against the left wall is the main counter where chip exchange happens and such. And a young employee with a neat uniform and a broad smile stands by that counter.
Are they a gentle person?
Can you tell from this far away? Are you a gentle person?
He's
Tell
very-
me!
Does he have a kind eyes? Does he have kind eyes?
We have to
Very
capture his
kind
essence on the
eyes.
canvas.
Okay,
We
all
can't
right.
draw without knowing this.
All right, go ahead.
All right. In the middle of this main room, there are 2 main gaming tables, one for blackjack and one for mahjong.
Oh, good game.
Right in the middle of the room?
Oh, yeah. Off to the right are the slot machines, and in the far, far right corner is a roulette wheel. Hanging from the ceiling is a banner advertising tonight's boxing match. And in the far left corner, a door with VIP written on it.
It's a great moment when you're trying to draw a map and then you add the third dimension and you say, now put this one on the ceiling hanging down.
Yeah, that's the one I'm going to leave that to my imagination, I think.
Same.
There's a certain point where you just write down the word banner at the top of the map
Oh,
and you
that's
move on.
fine. As long as you don't forget that it exists, it's all good. And so, with that, You adjust the secret pinhole camera attached to your lapel, and you get to work.
All right. This is the little pinhole camera I wear every time I go on a date. So I've walked into the casino, and we are going to be a proverbial we. I think that's the most fun because I'm
the royal we.
The royal we. I am I'm a gumshoe detective for the police force. We are someone with multi-personalities, not to insult those with multiple personalities. Ours just happen to be very good detectives.
And that's what makes you so hard to read in a poker game.
Absolutely. I think we should we want to figure out how many of the Pewter Gang are hanging about the club tonight. What do you think, Steve? Do you think we should trust this young employee at the chips counter? Should we go and see if he's got any information to share?
Well, I think
with us?
we should go to the ATM and get some money and then buy some chips from him.
Oh, you're smart. And I bet we can use our company credit card. Charge it.
Well, I hope so.
Do you get it when you're on a show with James? Does he give you a credit card that you could just use? Do you have a credit card?
No, is he giving you a credit card?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. On Suicide Squad, he gave me a Polka Dot Man credit card. Yeah.
Oh my God, I did not get a King Shark credit
Company
card.
credit card. John Economo should have one for Peacemaker. All right, let's go to the ATM and we're gonna withdraw. I don't know. What's a good amount when you go? I don't gamble. Do you take about $10 out? What do you think, Steve?
No, let's take $10,000 out of the ATM.
Oh, I'm too cheap. Oh my gosh. Can an
Let's see what we
ATM
can do.
dispense $10,000? All right. Well,
Let's take a look at it and find out what it can do. So this ATM, it's not specific to any bank. In fact, it looks like it's branded specifically for the casino. And unfortunately, it only accepts special member cards, which you do not have. Although there is a button on the left that's apparently for doing card-free account checks.
Card-free. Well, let's hit the button and see what that does, just to check.
Okay.
Absolutely. You press that. Well, that's a bit annoying. The next screen is just asking you to input a bunch of account information, a whole bunch of numbers. Wow, the accounts here are really long. And we've got an image to show you exactly what that screen looks like.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
For
boy.
people at home, you can see this image in the show notes. But David, would you like to describe this quickly for the listeners at home?
It's stunningly arranged. I will say what I'm staring at as my... Oh, my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go ahead and write these dashes out. Steve, do you think is that a good use of our time, Bill and Danny? Do you think?
Look, you'll always have that on hand.
It's
to
always
look
on
at.
hand.
How about you
Okay.
label
Feel free to,
it,
you
label
can
it
just
in
have
the
it
chat.
open in a...
Label it in the
I'll put
chat.
I'll
Okay.
put a note underneath.
That's a good idea.
ATM screen.
ATM screen, basically for everybody who is listening, even though I guess
Bunch
they're
of dashes.
bunch of dashes. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Just a whole lot of them.
whole lot of.
And so
dashes.
unfortunately, you're a bit stymied at that point.
Okay. Well,
Maybe we should talk to this chip exchange guy and tell him we're having problems with the ATM and need to get some money,
Yeah.
or just get some chips at least.
Hey, Chip.
You go to the...
Hey, Chip. Can I get some chips, Chip? Hey, Chip.
do you have any?
He probably hates it when people call him chip.
hey, Chip.
They're
Hey there.
always calling me Chip.
Hey.
I have a name.
And it just happens to be
It
Chip,
happens
but
to
you
be
didn't know
Chip.
that. You didn't know it when you came in. So I'm still insulted.
All right. You head over to the counter, and you sort of taken aback. That smile that they had, ooh, their eyes are not looking too kind and gentle right now. In fact, it's very strained. Are their hands trembling? There's a little bit of fear going on there. But they say in a perfect voice, "Welcome to Hanging Gardens. My name is Jamie. If you're here to enjoy the fight, tickets can be bought from the box office on the 3rd floor. If you already have tickets, please proceed to the Babylon reception hall down to your right. If you wish to play, simply withdraw cash from our ATM and I can exchange it for chips here. Since I can see you're not a regular member, let me just, I'll write you something, just in case anyone asks." They take a long time to scribble something, which they then hand to you. And you take a look at it, and ooh, it's got nothing to do with your lack of membership.
I'm gonna open this
right.
counter note. Get out my magnifying glass.
Just in case they
I'm
were
going to
real
withdraw this
small.
magnifying glass from the pocket of my trench coat.
So yeah, again, people at home can see this image, but Steve, would you like to describe it for people at home?
Yeah, it says, "I know you're with the police." Sorry, and the writing looks very shaky, almost like a serial killer. It says, "Sorry, I'm nervous. I'll try to stop my hand shaking so much. You want the people in the VIP room. Problem is, almost everyone in this place is being paid off by them. Even I can't help. Well, not directly. I know you'd come for them eventually, so I've laid out a few things that might help you. Ask me whatever you want, but I won't be able to give you too obvious answers in case one of my coworkers overhears. I'm not sure how you'd like to go about your job, but I recommend examining the ATM. It could really give you a different angle on this case. Signed, Jamie. P.S. One of them has the same tell as me."
Okay, so somebody's got a shaky hand, I feel like. Somebody's shaky out there. Jamie, what do you think we should ask Jamie? Because he's going to give us some information, Steve. What is it?
Yeah.
What is something we should ask him? I'm not sure you'd like to go about your job. Recommend examining the ATM.
Well, I say we tell them that we've already been to the ATM and we can't really figure out the account screen.
Yes. Hey, Jamie, we've already been to the ATM. We can't really figure out the how the screen works. Do you got any tips for a couple of newbies?
I'm terribly sorry. The in-house ATM only works if you have a membership card or a membership account, and you need to have come and played with us a certain number of times before you're eligible for that. And we only convert cash that has been withdrawn from that ATM as well. We've had problems in the past with people bringing in counterfeits or stolen bills. Management says we can't take any chances here. And may I recommend you could play some of our games and, oh no, you need chips for those. Well, I recommend you take a look at our games. Maybe some other players will be there and be generous and give you something when they win. Who knows?
Sounds good.
That sounds good. We're good luck. You know, there's a guy called a cooler in a casino. We're the opposite of that. Steve is what you call a heater. Do you have you seen any ancient metals? Just asking, just perchance, Jamie.
No, not at all.
Make our job a lot easier.
I'm a cut to the chase kind of guy. I'm a cut to the chip kind of guy. All right.
Well, look, you would hate to have not asked.
What's your favorite game here, Jamie? What's your favorite game to watch people play? Do you have a recommendation?
If I may I recommend trying your luck at our slot machines. As it turns out, the jackpot for our slot machines is exactly the cash amount required to enter the VIP room.
Aha. All right, Steve, let's mosey over. What do you say?
All right, let's go look at the slots.
Let's go look at them.
How many slot machines are there over in the slot section?
There are 4 similar slot machines. One of them, though, has a cardboard out of order sign draped over it.
Interesting.
You can take a look at either the working ones or the broken one.
Let's first take a look at the working ones. Is anybody playing at any of these machines?
No, it seems like this entire area at the moment is bare. The fight must be really popular.
Is there like you know how when you go to you guys are Australian, but here when you go to Las Vegas, the slot machines have themes, like there's a Wheel of Fortune, or there's a Friends, or The Office, or Golden Girls slot machines.
The Golden
Is there
Girls!
I've seen it, dude.
This casino was not going to pay for any branding, so they are your standard 3 reels of different fruits, and you pull the lever forward and they show you the different ones and spin around.
Come on, cherries.
You don't have any chips to play with, so all you can really do is look at the results of the most recent spins on them. And again, we've got an image for you there. This one's got a lot of images.
I would
It's
love
a very
to see.
image-heavy room.
Let's take a look at some of those images.
Yes, so this one again, people at home can see. But David, would you like to describe the slot machines?
I would. My eyes focus on the slots. What I see is, on the left, bananas, green apple. 2 bananas, 1 apple, 3 bananas. Wins, cherries, banana, cherries. The next section, you get a watermelon, 2 cherries, and 1 banana. You win 7 watermelon. If you get 1.5 apples, 1.5 apples, and 1.5 apples, you win the jackpot. You now have enough to enter our VIP room. Please notify the staff. Wow.
There you are.
Okay. Interesting.
Standard.
Each one of these combos leads to a different prize. The jackpot, though, which is what we want, is 3 in a row of 1.5 apples. Well, can we look at the other slot machines?
So those were the 3 working ones.
Yes.
The only one left is the broken one. At face value, it looks just like the others. But when you lift up the out of order sign, you can see that it's a little different. The biggest difference being this isn't a slot machine. It's definitely designed to look like one, but this display is totally fake. The lever, which normally would only go backwards and forwards for a new spin, it moves in 4 directions. And the machine itself is sturdy. Unusually sturdy. And in your whole policing career, you've only seen one thing built with this kind of heft.
A safe.
And that is a heavy-duty safe.
It's
exactly.
a safe.
Yes.
It's a safe. I knew it.
Oh.
Okay. So, and the lever goes 4 directions.
Yes.
Yep.
So it's like
forward, back, left, right.
forward, back, left.
Or an up, down, left, right.
Up, down. I like up,
Or a
down,
north-
left, right.
Or
yeah.
a northeast, southwest.
Up, down, left, right. Do we want to see if Jamie has any tips on the up, down, left, right? Do you want to play with it? Do you want to look at the other slots and see, Steven?
I mean, let's move the stick around to see what happens, if anything.
That's always my first instinct is to just grab a hold of a stick and just move it around and see what happens.
You move it around in the directions it seems to move. It does have a bit of a clunk into position every time you hit something.
Got it.
So it does feel like it is registering those movements, but at this point, you're just sort of doing it randomly. You don't know how it's working.
Okay. Well, mathematical probability and statistics demonstrate to us we could spend the next 26 hours on this podcast just giving you different combinations of 4 directions.
Good point.
We need money. I say we walk over to start kind of walking around these tables and see if somebody...
There's blackjack and mahjong directly behind us, roulette in the corner. So we're going to wander over, and check out some of these other tables. Where is the most action happening? Is there any action happening?
Very little at any of them. They've got staff members waiting politely, but just no players whatsoever. Blackjack is probably the one that looks like it's been most recently used. The table's a bit messy. If you go over there, you take a look. Yeah, there are some cards left over from a previous game.
Oh.
There's also a little sign that says, "Counting is always done clockwise, starting to the left of the dealer." The employee who's standing there sort of shakes their head at you and says, "Oh, sorry, I can't start a new game until my assistant brings me a clean deck. As you can see, this one's gotten a little bit marked." And those cards that are lying face up on the table, a couple of them have just orange food dust caked on the edges. You can't play with those.
Orange food dust, like someone's been eating Cheetos, huh?
Something like that, yeah. So we've got another image for you of these blackjack cards.
There's a 10 and a 7 at the top, a king and a jack with the cheesy residue on the left, and an 8 of spades and a queen of clubs to the right. 10-7. Let me see this. Blackjack. And counting is always done clockwise. Jack, king, 10, 7, 8, queen. Jack generally represents the number 11, correct?
True, but this is blackjack, so the jack and the king most
Understood.
likely tens.
That means, what does 2 face cards mean, Steve, in blackjack? I don't remember the rules of blackjack. A king and a jack.
That's 20.
That's 20?
Yeah.
And then 17, and then an 8 of spades and a queen of... What is a queen in blackjack?
All the face cards are 10.
We've got 18.
I believe the ace is 11.
So it goes 20, 17, 18.
So yeah, cheesy hands definitely won this round.
Cheesy hands won. 20.
You're doing the classic thing where you are getting a good look at everything, and it just so happens that, unfortunately, the things that you are looking at are not the starting points that actually break open puzzles.
Well, there we go. So let's
keep
keep looking around. Let's check out the mahjong table.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever won that match has orange on their fingers.
Yes. We're looking for the orange-fingered man or woman. We're going to go to Mahjong. We want to see what's happening at Mahjong.
Mm-hmm. You stretch your memory for the rules of Mahjong as best you can, but it's tough. Plus, there are different rule sets depending on what style you play. And this casino clearly uses their own artwork for some of the pieces rather than the ones that you remember. The couple of things that you do remember, a lot of the tiles have a number and a suit, sort of like playing cards. But then there are some with no numbers that represent dragons, and there are others that represent compass points, north, south, east, and west. With that meager information, you take a look at the Mahjong setup. It's all nice and neatly set up, this one, not like a game has just been played.
Okay, this is a beautiful image. Wow! Very pretty. There's X's and hourglass shapes, ghost shapes, plus minus shapes. This seems very important.
Yes.
I'm very, very, very intrigued.
Yes, and for people playing at home, you can also see this image. In this case, we're not actually set up for a real game of Mahjong. It's set up for a game of Mahjong Solitaire, but that's fine.
It's clear enough.
Obviously, we know that. Steve and I are actually big-time Mahjong players. I play at the Fashion Square Mall food court every Tuesday at 2 o'clock with the retirees community, and it's a very intense game. A woman actually got hit in the face with a smoothie last week.
Well, this doesn't surprise me because we learned to play through the video game Yakuza, so...
Yeah.
Yakuza.
Yeah. Okay. Steve, do you have any insights on... it looks like there's like a little toe with a...
No, I get it.
What are the hand-drawn symbols again?
That's a good question. You assume that those are the ones that either represent dragons or compass points.
Okay.
But you have no way of being able to tell what represents what out of those.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't know what to make out of this.
Interesting. Okay. Do you want to go to the roulette table? I mean, do you think this is our... if this is our big clue, I'll tell you what, we may need to call in backup. Let's go over to the roulette table. I've always found in life when I run into a problem I can't solve, spinning the wheel of the roulette just is a great way to open my mind.
Yeah, it has a nice meditative sound of that ball rolling around. This one, it's your standard American-style roulette wheel, which just means it's got the reds, the blacks, a green 0, and a green double zero. Although, you're not that familiar. Do they always have letters on them as well?
Letters? I don't think so.
Yeah, so we're going to take a look at that one. Yet another image.
Yeah, it's a very image-heavy room, this one.
There's not much to describe about this one, though. It is just a roulette wheel, but every one of the numbers also has a seemingly random letter on it.
Okay. 20 is A. I'm just going to...
This has got to be some kind of decoder.
Yeah, the only thing that's given us numbers so far is the... that I'm aware of is the blackjack table, and the letters that I can garner from this code connected to that, and there's no 7. Oh yeah, is A, N, and where's 18? Is there 18 on here? Maybe there isn't 18. Oh yeah,
One
C.
would assume so.
A, N, and C. Okay.
It's like me when I try and play darts, and I'm like, oh, where's the 15? And you have to go around and think, where could it possibly be?
N, and C. I mean, I could try and gauge numbers back from the...
I think these letters, I think we need a note somewhere, and we have to put in the corresponding numbers from the letters into the ATM machine, maybe?
I agree. If you go over to the slot machines, there are a number of pieces of fruit on each slot winning. We could just check... 1, 2, 3. Because the only thing that's left now, we've seen blackjack, we've seen mahjong, we've seen the roulette table, we've seen the slots. Can we look at the banner that's hanging above the advertising the boxing match?
Oh,
don't think I forgot.
Just because he didn't draw it doesn't mean he
forgot. Banner year for the detective work of Dastmalchian and Agee Inc.
And after this, I think there are still 2 more things that you can go and examine after the banner. But the fight advertised on the banner, it's the big one happening tonight. It would have been interesting if you didn't have more important things to do. Based on what this banner says, the boxes seem very impressive. One more image for you.
I know. There's so many.
Yeah, this is wild. I don't know how this happened. We're an audio show.
I get it.
Don't listen to this one in your car, guys.
Yeah, don't. But if you're looking at these images, please pull over safely.
Ooh,
so you
Barry
can look at the image.
Fernando. Total wins 150. Interesting. Mohammed El Solman. Total wins 240. Tickets. Book tickets. Okay. Boy, Barry is not as accomplished as Muhammad, is he? I tell you what.
Yeah, but he's only 17.
Yeah. Was that
A lot of
information that
backstory.
you gave us?
Nah.
Oh, you just
No.
made that up? Look
Yep.
at you.
You got to let me say that because the
Okay,
general
okay.
rule is if I
All
say
right,
it, it's
fine.
made up.
I'm the serious voice.
Okay. Well then, do you want to try and we can't go into the VIP room without the winning.
What happens if we go to the door of the VIP room? Can we look? Is there got someone standing there?
Is there someone with cheesy fingers?
You don't see anyone. It's a very simple looking door. It doesn't look very enticing. But, I guess the people inside don't want to be disturbed by everyone. But disturb them you must. You try to open the door, it doesn't open. So you knock. And inside you hear chairs and feet shuffling. It could be about the sound of maybe 3 people.
Ooh.
And then you hear a voice that says, "Password?" You just sort of mumble under your breath and look away.
We'd
And-
say Barry Fernando.
Is it Barry Fernando?
You hear the footsteps leaving the door and going back to their table.
Okay.
You do notice as you're turning away, there is something on the wall right beside the door. Sort of like a page from a guest book, but for the VIP room. So they don't want to be disturbed, but they do want to show off who's been allowed in.
Oh.
So we've got a little list for you there.
Sounds like Hollywood. Okay, the VIP list, the very important
The VIP.
people. Andrew Knight, Blackjack and Roulette, they go together so well. Tom Goldrin, I think is his name,
Waldron,
Mahjong,
I think.
after a good spin of roulette. And Sally Jane Smith, Blackjack, I always win. Okay. So Sally always wins. All right.
And now just one last thing for you
One
to
last
look at in the
clue.
room.
Let's check it out.
While they're thinking, all I was doing in my head just then was coming up with surely there's a better acronym for VIP that implies that they're all terrible thieves rather than very important people. All I've got so far is vicious, ignominious purloiners.
Oh, I like that though. That's very good.
All right, episode name it is.
Yeah.
Maybe Vice incentivized people.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
so-
These
oh,
are the
that's
vice incentivized
No,
people.
that's not. I like that. I want to be called that.
Oh, I don't. I'm incentivized by virtue. Thank you very much.
How about
I'm a VIP, not a VIP.
Vapid Igloo Parachutists?
Damn
Oh,
it.
Dave.
Less
I love
thematic
how your
relevant,
mind
but a lot of
works.
fun.
In the garden of my mind. Okay, there's one more clue.
Yeah, what's the last thing you haven't looked at?
The ashtray. No.
There's
this
gotta
is
be
a
an ashtray.
modern casino.
There's a sliding door. There's BJ,
Yes.
Mahjong, counter. The
We haven't
counter.
looked back through the sliding door from whence we came.
Oh, you smart cookie.
You have stumbled
Always
upon
the
the
door.
one rule of this podcast, which is always check the door. And you
Always
have done it.
check.
Always
door.
check the door.
Always be checking. ABC. The ABC.
ABCD. Always be checking doors. You approach the front doors, and from the distance, you can see there's a whole lot of safety information printed on their glass surface. You get in close to read it, and well, that's just annoying. Obviously, you get close enough, and the doors split open, so the text is cut in half. Look, it's no problem. You can still read them in their halves. It's just being a little bit rude. So we get some doors images sent to you.
All right.
You're panicking as you email and send in chat at the
I'm
same
not
time.
panicking. I'm working smoothly and efficiently.
Bill, there's a crime and it needs solving. The people's taxes are hard at work.
Oh, you don't get paid for this. You work pro bono.
You work for Bono.
In case of emergency, finding your way to safety is the top priority. Leave your cards on the table and make your way to the corridor past the roulette wheel. If you cannot reach the corridor, you will have to break these glass doors using an emergency hammer. Once in the corridor, face right and pass all other card tables. Then take a left at the end to find the emergency door. Rotate its handle clockwise, and you will open outside opposite the car park. Please refresh your memory of these instructions whenever you enter the premises. Wow, somebody
Yeah, a bit cumbersome.
is really intense who wrote those out. I'm going to go ahead and point out to everybody that the bold-faced words here are find cards on the wheel. If you have face card, take its opposite.
Yeah, some of those words in these emergency instructions have been bolded, and you did indeed find them.
Find wheel
Find?
if a face it's. I like this. Find cards on the wheel. If you have a. Okay, let me go check that wheel out again. Find cards on the wheel. So cards on the wheel would include 6, 8, 3. Key K is K the card. K kings and queens like 0 and 2. What do you think, Steven? What do you think? Huh? Is there anybody that's funny on the wheel? There's such a card.
Such a card.
Let's see. I've got.
No, your experience. There haven't been too many cards in the room so far that you've seen. Bit weird for a casino, but your card exposure has been limited to.
It has
few.
been limited to a king, a 20, a 10, a 7, a queen, and an 8.
Queen and 8 of spades, queen of clubs, 7 of hearts,
Yeah, and
10
so
of
you remembered
spades.
that the values of all of those face cards were 10s as well.
10.
Yes. It's a
So let's see
total
if I
of
get some letters.
40 in face cards, 48, 55 total in face cards.
Yeah. Adding up seems like it's getting a bit too high for roulette wheels.
Okay.
Thank God.
We got 10 is B.
So this is the card that is a 10? Because you had the cards in order, I believe, were the Jack, the King,
Yeah. The
A
10,
10,
the 7.
a 7, an 8, and a
Yeah.
Queen.
And a Jack is a 10 as well.
Jack is
Yep.
worth 10, yes.
So
But
10
it's a face card.
on this wheel is B.
Mm.
So BB, and then 10 is another B, and then 7 is a P, and then 8 is a W, and Q
It's
is
10.
a 10, which is another B. So I've got BBB, PWB. Oh, yes. Oh, you guys. Okay, if you have a face card, take its opposite. So we found the numbers on the wheel, but if you have a face card, take its opposite. What does that mean, Steve, do you think? Like the opposite of a king is what is the opposite of a B? The opposite of a king or the opposite of a B? The opposite of 10. That's tricky. So its opposite on the wheel is a Y or 6. YY BP, which in 8 was Steve, do you remember what 8 was? W Y. YY BP W Y. I feel like if I say that fast, it's going to be like a word or a phrase. Y.
Yeah, definitely peculiar. You're absolutely right.
All of a sudden, the safe
what that
opens.
means.
You're through!
Yeah, what that means, still a bit curious.
Yes, very
You've
curious.
been
Let's go see.
betrayed by a man named BPW.
Why?
Why BPW? Why?
Why? All right, let's look at Mahjong clues there. No.
Yeah, what do you know about Mahjong?
I mean, one of the
There's gotta
VIP
be.
people did say that playing Mahjong right after a spin of roulette was a good idea, so I think you're timing it well.
Yeah, but well, I know, guys. I'm a good detective, okay?
Yeah.
I came to that conclusion entirely on my own. Now,
There's X's and 2 Z's, 3 Z's, 3 X's and 3 Z's.
Why? Well, P, the P, I'm always looking for the P first. I think the P or the B. Peanut? Is that a peanut, do you think, Steve? There's that, it's like a thumb that's got a weird, it's like a ghost nose.
On the mahjong?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you see the thumb ghost on the mahjong? What's wrong with you?
No, I see a bunch of circles.
Oh man, I don't know.
It's probably clear that a lot of these mahjong tiles are normal mahjong tiles, and some of them have been edited for the purpose of this puzzle.
Sure.
Yes.
I'm looking
Take
at
your
the
guess
ones.
which ones are more important.
I'm looking at the ones that have been edited,
Yeah.
and I've got basically 1, 2. Okay, we've got 3 Ys, and there's 3 X's on here. There's also 3 red ghosty things. Either one of those could be. Shoot.
Their color. Blue, yellow,
Oh,
red,
Steve,
green.
you're so smart. Is there a pink?
There's a pinky purpley one, yeah.
Purple.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness gracious. Okay, now we got it, Steve. I
Purple
solved
is
it.
P.
I've solved the puzzle. Alex,
Jeez.
can I have a vowel? I think you guys know that Steve was recently on Wheel of Fortune.
No?
Oh,
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't get us out of this room.
No,
Okay.
we give extra points. Any puzzle you solved on Wheel of Fortune counts towards this escape room.
Yellow,
I only solved one.
yellow, blue, purple. Okay, guys. So, this is interesting. My curiosity though is what now?
What do you do with this?
Yeah, what do we do
Yeah,
with this
that's-
information? I've got an X, and then the blue is a what looks to be a hourglass, maybe, or
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
hourglass, and then the P is a plus minus, and then the another W, which is white, which is zebra stripes, and then
Nice.
another X. Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, you've converted your series of cards into a series of letters, into a series of symbols.
Yeah.
But
We-
there's a bit of a wall there because there's nowhere to use those symbols yet.
I think there is, though.
Or maybe there is.
I think what you're missing to notice here, Bill, is there's a
Please.
pattern.
Is the slots at the slots, maybe?
Oh, the VIP guest list, maybe? Let's look over there. No, the hourglass XX. Nope, because that gave us a clue we needed. Bobby Fernando total wins.
Yeah.
Bobby Fernando total wins XX hourglass.
ATM.
Should we add? What else did Jamie say, Steve? He said.
They mentioned it in their note.
Yeah. You want the people in the VIP room. Problem is, almost everyone in this place being paid off by them. Even I can't. Not doing it. I knew you'd come for them eventually. So ask me whatever you want, but I won't be able to give you too obvious answer. I'm not sure you'd like to go by yourself. I recommend examining the ATM. It could really give you a different angle on this case. P.S. One of them has the same tell as me. Huh. Okay. Different angle. Contrary to popular opinion, I don't solve problems well without my glasses.
You've honed in on the right area.
Yes,
yeah.
and the right word.
Yeah. Angle
Tell.
and tell. Okay. So looking at the codes I've been giving, angle and tell. 1, 2, A-N-G-L-E. Angle. I mean, there's enough. The spaces in the letters would absolutely. These are sentences, I believe, that we're just missing.
Oh, is this like Wheel of Fortune? We have to put some.
It looks like Wheel of
kind of-
Fortune to me.
It does remind you a bit of Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah. So yeah. So we would source them from give a different angle on this case. What else would fit into that ATM? The it's not the jackpots. Maybe it's the Barry Fernando sign.
Yeah, maybe some of these words fit in.
BARRYFERNANDO. They sure do, Steve. You got it. Wow.
You got
All
it.
right,
Okay,
nice.
so we're going to enter TOTAL wins. Yeah, so we're going to enter the words from the banner into
Well,
the
the problem
ATM.
is...
Oh no!
all
Don't you
this
give me no
has-
Oh,
problem.
they all fit. They
look,
fit perfectly.
It fits. You just can't type them. It doesn't have a normal keyboard. It's just a special accounty ATM. It's extremely limited.
But-
it doesn't even have a 0 on it. It's clearly not made for this.
But they
It's-
do line up perfectly.
Yeah, you can look, but you can't do much.
Yeah, you
Interesting.
can look at it.
Interesting. So, looking at it,
Yeah, you're just standing there straight ahead looking at it, and all you got is these lines.
I
And
got
you
all
know
these
they match
lines,
up.
and I know what goes in those places,
You do.
but I don't know how to input them.
Mm.
What if I push the screen with my finger? No.
It's not a touch screen.
Steve, do
No.
you carry a Sharpie on you? No. Okay.
Oh no, he does. He does have a Sharpie.
I do have a Sharpie.
But not in the virtual world.
Okay,
You
okay.
can't bring these physical objects into the brainscape.
We need a new angle on this case. Do we try and move the ATM in any way? Is it very heavy? Is it like a regular old ATM? Very heavy?
You know what? You get right down, you duck down, you try to hoist it up, and oh god, immediately, that's a mistake. Oh no.
My back. You shouldn't really lift any ATMs with your back, Ed.
You tenderly try to raise yourself up, but as you do, being down on the floor, looking up, you notice the screen is a little different. Just a little different.
I knew it.
Just a little.
I
a
knew
subtle
it.
difference.
You know why?
Why,
I've
Dave?
cracked every case when I've had the wherewithal to know to get on my knees and look at things from a different POV. I'm like Columbo, except instead of sucking on lollipops, I'm just always getting on my
different
knees.
angle. This is a
Yes,
different
there it
angle.
is. We got. Okay, ready, Steve? I solved it. Are you ready? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Guys, be patient. It is
We're being patient.
BA.
You're the one with the time limit, not us.
It's
We're
BA.
good.
Everybody.
Would you like to before you completely answer? Do you want to tell the audience what's changed in the image of the?
I don't
ATM?
really care to, but yes.
Some of the dashes,
I don't
some
like
of the
your
dashes are yellow. The rest are
Yeah.
white. So we either
6, 4, 5,
eliminate yellow or we put the yellow ones together.
Well, they were all white before, so the
Yeah, they were.
yellowness of some of them is the thing
BA
that's changed.
banana. Oh,
Yeah.
Steve, it's totally going to spell out the stuff from the situation. So I've got banana.
So you're going down the left-hand side.
I'm
of
going
this
down the
ATM?
left hand side. Or do you think we should go across the top, Steve? What do
No,
you
no,
think?
I think
you
you've done
found
well.
banana. That sounds like a plus.
Yeah, you're right. Banana, and then 50, and then K.
Banana 50K.
Banana 50K. You know it. I knew it. I always knew it had something to
I
do
always
with
said banana 50K.
Yeah, I did.
From day one,
And
when
then
we
it's
arrived at this case, I thought banana
M-
50K.
M-O-H. Oh, what's the last letter before? E.
20K.
Melon. 20K,
Melon
Steve?
is 20K.
20K.
Banana 50K, melon 20K.
We are so good at this. Okay. Well, let's go over to the slots, Steve.
Okay.
And we're going to take a look at the old slots. Banana 50K, melon 20K. Okay.
So the one in the middle that is 140,000,
Yes.
I think, because those are all melons.
Mm.
Yes.
The one on the far left only has one banana, so that's 10K
Yep.
or 50K.
Oh, in the prize, yep.
Yeah, you're not quite sure what the cherries would mean yet.
Yet. But I do know where to find out. But right now, so I've got banana K, melon K. That gets us, how much did you say, Steve? 190? With the,
If you put them
if we do the
together.
middle one? Yeah. And what
Yeah, if
about
you
this
add them
half
too.
a melon that's on the top?
Mm.
Would we do 10K for that half a melon on the top?
Yep.
Okay. So let's figure out where there's a cherry. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that middle one looks like it's got everything you need to figure out cherries.
It sure does.
Oh, so subtract 10,000 and was it 50K?
Yep, banana is 50K.
So 60,000 from 140,000
80
is 80,000. So cherry or 2 cherries
would be
Good.
one.
are 80. So 40,000 a cherry.
A cherry is
A
40,000.
cherry is 40,000.
Yeah.
This is how we sneak middle school algebra back into your life.
I appreciate that. So we know we've got a grand total here of 50.
Where's my calculator?
I got it. 190, 190 plus 80, 270, 290. Should we yell out to the ventilation system in the casino? 290.
Oh, well, so sorry. I would say that the prize to the left-hand side one was 290, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the 3 cherries, banana.
Yeah.
You know that is equal to
290.
290.
Yeah.
But that's not the jackpot.
Oh, it's not.
That's just another win.
Oh, so there's one more thing you got to
It's a
find
really
out.
good one.
But you can.
Oh,
So
apples.
what must an apple be?
Apples. How much is an apple?
Oh, got it. Well, you know, the way we can figure that out is because of the apple that's on the left. If the apple on the left equals if the jackpot on the left, Steve, equals 290, then we know that 3 bananas is 150, 250.
Wait, how much is a banana worth?
Bananas are 50, so I've got 150, 250. So an apple is worth 40 as well as a cherry.
Nice.
Yeah.
Apple's the same as a cherry.
So an apple is worth 40. That's really tricky of you guys to do that to us. So that means we over here, the jackpot is 40, 80, 120 plus 20 is 140, 160, 180.
180.
180.
180K is your beautiful jackpot number.
180K is our beautiful jackpot number. And that number, well, we're going to maybe go whisper it. Steve, do you think we should whisper it at the secret entrance? Or is there something here we haven't interacted with yet?
No, you're all good. It just says that you've won the jackpot. Please notify staff.
Oh, we've won the jackpot. Notify the staff so we can get the amount of money.
All right. You head back over to Jamie at the counter. You tell them 180,000 jackpot number. And first time, Jamie's smile seems actually like authentic. Oh, I'm very happy to hear of your good fortune. Now, as it happens, I don't have the password to the VIP room on me at present. It's in the safe, and I'm not allowed to leave my post to get it. But
It's in the safe.
I've got something that might help. And they reach behind the counter and they hand you a piece of paper. And this might be the last image.
This is it. You're going to be you're sweet. Okay, Steve, if you have this, would you like to describe what this code is that Jamie has given you?
It looks kind of like a compass. There's a vertical line with an arrow up and an arrow down. There's a horizontal line pointing left and right. Up is the hourglass sign.
Very familiar.
In parentheses N. Right is X. Down is these were all on the mahjong
Yep.
tiles,
Yes,
which is
yeah.
the
And
white.
I've got the
stripes.
pattern, Steve. I've got the pattern. You ready? You
Well,
want
then
me to-
Dave, solve it.
You ready? Okay. Hey, Alex, can I please grab that knob, jerk it twice to the right,
Mm-hmm.
once up,
Mm-hmm.
once down, and then once more to the right.
Ooh.
Oh,
That
no,
would be
I screwed up. Ready? I'm
You're
going to do
out.
it
No,
again.
that was your only
I'm gonna
chance.
go.
You're out. I'm sorry, everyone at home. They failed the room
We're
and they can never
fired.
come back. No, go one more time.
Twice to the right,
Mm-hmm.
once up,
Yes.
once to the left.
Okay.
Now I'm going down.
Uh-huh.
Then I'm going to go to the right again.
The lever on this broken fake slot machine moves smoothly, and you feel a big old clunk when you hit it that final time.
Yes. What
The
a good
screen
feeling.
swings open, and inside, definitely a safe. There is a huge rolling pile of gambling chips valued at, well, let's say $180,000. You fill up your pockets, you might need these. Once you're sufficiently weighed down, you also spot something else in there, a piece of paper with a single word written on it. And the word is Butterfingers.
What do you want to guess that's the password?
All right. So we're going to take our money, walk over to the VIP room.
Yeah.
We're gonna say
Take a knock on the door again.
yeah.
Oh, what's the
Password.
Butterfingers.
All right, yeah, you hear some more shuffling of chairs, shuffling of footsteps. You hope that it's not the sound of people hiding evidence. This time the door opens, and you come face to face with the 3 members of the Pewter Gang. Tom, Andrew, and Sally Jane. Behind them, a poker table, midway through a game. You can join the next round, Sally Jane says. We're almost done with this one. You don't sound so, Tom says to her. Don't sound so when someone loses and, child
Sore
sounds.
loser.
Bad sport.
Yes, those things. Don't do that, Sally Jane. The 3 of them sit down again. You wait for them to finish. Tom, the one who was just speaking then, handily wins. He actually had a straight flush, which you don't see that often in person. But all 3 still have a good amount of money at the table, so you join in. The deal happens. You look at your cards. They're okay. You could win with them, but only if none of the gang has anything spectacular. So you take a look at them. You try to spot anything going on.
Got it.
Sally Jane, her eyes are giving nothing away. All she's staring at is the bowl of Cheetos on the table next to her, grabbing them 3 at a time.
Oh.
Tom.
3 at a time, Sally.
Again, his eyes are inscrutable. What a curious collection of cards.
Inscrutable Tom.
And Andrew just takes a long, calm sip from his drink. And so you have to decide now whether you want to play an appropriate amount of time and then fold because you're not going to win, or are you going to go all in because you can win?
So
What do you know about these people?
Can you figure out their tells?
Oh my God, their tells are the same as Jamie. Remember?
One of them is.
Well, one of them.
One of them is. Who is shaky?
You see, no shaking.
No shaking.
At the
shaking.
moment.
Steve, what do you think we should do?
I'm trying to find Jamie's note again.
P.S. One of them has the same tell as me.
So you're absolutely right. A nervous, shaky hand definitely must be the tell. But none of them are expressing that right now.
So I guess we got to start betting.
Oh,
We got to get into the
yes,
game to
yes.
find their tell.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna go all in.
Well,
We're playing.
that's one of them. Whoa, if you go all in, that
Wait.
might be a gamble at first.
You might just lose. Then you'll be gone.
But yeah, so no shaky hands. And in addition, shaky hands when nervous might be like a negative tell. That might be a losing tell.
Shaky
So if
hands
no
might tell
one's
you-
got handshaking.
Then maybe they've all got good hands.
Oh.
But then also, what else have you got?
Well, we noticed that Sally's got her Cheetos.
Yeah.
Well, they were on the winning hand. They were directly to the left of the dealer.
Yeah,
and they
you're
were the
absolutely
winner.
right. They were on a winning hand.
Yes.
So maybe Cheetos. She might eat when she's confident.
And what are we playing? What game are we playing with them?
Poker.
Not blackjack.
Not blackjack.
No, she doesn't.
So she won't always win.
Right.
But yeah, she had those Cheetos on that winning hand of blackjack as well.
Interesting.
So, and right now she is eating Cheetos like a fiend.
And all you know about Tom is, well, the round before you joined in, he won that very well.
Yes,
won
he
it
did.
handily.
Do you think anyone is exhibiting a tell that they might win this round?
I think that that Sally is for sure. She's eating her.
She is scarfing down the
she's
Cheetos.
Scarfing down the
All
Cheetos. I think she's winning.
So you play
I think
an
so too.
expert round.
Yes.
So you bet appropriately, but you fold at exactly the right time, so you only end up losing a handful of chips compared to the others. They reveal their cards. Tom had absolutely nothing. Andrew had a reasonably good hand, but as you suspected, Sally Jane swept it. She had a 4 of a kind.
Yep.
It was no wonder she was eating so much.
Of course.
So the others lose quite a lot more than you, but they still show no hesitation starting a second round. You look at your cards again. They're okay. Maybe winners, but it's not certain, so you study your opponents. Sally Jane's hands are firmly on her cards. Andrew sips his drink casually. Tom frowns and he says, "Remind me to order the liquid ice goes in mouth, thing.
Wait, Steve, was Tom winning the first round or was he losing the first round? Do you remember?
Tom tanked the first round.
Okay, so Tom is definitely losing.
The first round, when he was stuttering last, he had the straight flush.
Oh, he did. He won with the stutter. So it's the guy that's not Tom and it's not Sally. We're going to bet against him, Andrew. We're going to bet against Andrew. We're going to bet as if Tom is winning.
Okay. Yeah. You appropriately bet. You push the bidding just high enough to put pressure on the right people, and then you safely fold. The round ends, and Tom, as you guessed, he takes it home. He's got a full house, aces over kings. Oh boy, that was going to be hard to beat. Sally Jane completely bluffing. Andrew, again, he had 2 pairs. He did not have a bad hand. It just wasn't enough. But now, both of those two struggling for chips, and Tom still hasn't quite picked up on from his loss in the other round. Luckily, once again, it does not sway them from dealing in a new round. You check your cards, you've got 3 of a kind. Again, good, maybe good enough. So it could win if nobody else has anything.
Okay.
Sally Jane, gripping her cards tightly.
No Cheetos, Sally.
No Cheetos.
Tom says, where on earth is the girl who usually comes to refill the drinks anyway? It's preposterous. You know what? I dare say it's insubordination.
He's not showing his tell. He doesn't have a good hand.
And Andrew reaches for his glass with his right hand, and the ice clinks loudly as he brings it to his mouth.
Ooh.
He's shaking. His hand's shaking.
Yep. I think we're going to beat everybody, Steve.
Should we go all in?
I think we should go all in. Hey, listeners, what do you listeners think we should do? Tweet at us right now if you think we should go all in.
Yeah, we'll pause the episode. We'll come back in a couple of like a month.
Guys, no, already, according to Twitter, the overwhelming response we've gotten from all of our listeners says go all in.
Yeah, but Twitter has a gambling problem. We all know this.
Yeah, you can't trust Twitter.
Well,
right,
whatever. You trust your own instincts. You shove all your chips forward. Very decent pile compared to the others. Andrew, Tom, and Sally Jane, they're scrambling in comparison, but they don't want to look like cowards. They go all in as well. Everyone reveals their cards. Sally Jane has nothing. Tom, nothing. Andrew, absolutely nothing. They were all bluffing. You sweep it, you take every chip they have. And you make sure to look and sound really smug about it, so they just can't resist going in once more. What's a good thing? What do you say to them to make sure that they hate you and want to take your money from you?
What, Dave?
No, you go.
I don't have something.
Okay. Do you smell that?
Where'd you learn how to play poker? 3rd grade?
Hey.
Who taught you how to play poker? Your deaf aunt?
Hey. Who taught you how to play cards? Your uncle with no hands?
Because that's what you had here, isn't it? No hands.
Yeah, no hands.
What?
You keep prodding and poking, and by the end, it's Andrew. He's turned just like a deep maroon in the face. And
Yeah.
goes, one more game, all your chips, right now. And the other's not in agreement. And you go, and what will you 3 put up? They all grit their teeth, and Sally Jane says, we have some expensive belongings.
I knew it.
And you go, oh, what, like a fancy watch? I don't think so. No, says Tom, not like a fancy watch.
My
Unique
wife.
Items. Oh, no.
My wife on the table.
We've got some unique items. One of a kind. Priceless. They look at each other. They nod.
Steve Agee's headshot.
They
I bet
reach
they're
for their
Greek
bags.
medals.
Stashed under the table. Your heart thuds. They unzip their bags. They are full of ancient medals. Yes, and as soon as you see it, the spy camera attached to your shirt does too, which means that within seconds, the rest of your squad
SWAT
bursts
team.
into the little VIP room.
yeah.
Handcuffs are flying about before anyone has a chance to flee. The evidence is all here. The Pewter Gang has been caught completely red-handed, and the stolen items are all here. The museum will be very happy. So will you, because undercover work always comes with a great bonus, even for just a one-night stint. And you make a mental note to put in a good word for Jamie when they inevitably have to find another casino to work in. And well done.
You've done it. Congratulations.
Well,
You did the room.
Nice.
As I've always said, there's never a case that I can't solve without my handy friend Steve Agee by my side.
What a team.
What a team. We need a show, you guys. We need a show. A detective buddy show. But we only... every episode culminates in a casino showdown.